Good afternoon, everybody. So today's video, I want to talk about what I find really that's unfair about life. Things that are unfair about life. There's a lot of them. There's actually more things I can say that are unfair than anything that is fair. I don't even know if I could name some things that are fair. Maybe I'll try in this video, if I can even think of any. But without further ado, let's get on into the topic. What I find unfair. You could be born with broke parents, Two parents aren't thinking correctly. Well, how I look at it as anyone to want to have a kid in today's world, especially today's world, truly ain't thinking correctly. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to say now. Parents that are financially unstable and yet still want to bring a kid into the world, and now the poor kid suffers. It's just unfair. It's not the kid's fault, but now that the kid is born, now the kid's got to suffer poverty. And now the kid's got to really possibly try to get a good education, go to college. Well, I don't know how he or she could afford that, because you got to literally pay for a stupid education, and then try to somehow survive in this world by trying to get your ass on that hamster wheel however way possible. Right there, I feel it's so unfair, because the poor kid didn't ask for this, yet alone the poor kid didn't ask to be brought into a broke, born broke in poverty. It just happened because two idiots weren't thinking, and they just, boom, there you go. Oh, these are the consequences. The only thing we could say is, sorry, son. Sorry. We didn't think it was going to be this bad. Yeah, you didn't think anything at all. Really. That's the thing. The word think didn't come in mind when that happened, or just planning it. Another thing I find unfair, how some people just have problems in life, health problems, mental problems, or terminal, any type of problem. Now I understand there's people out there that smoke, there's people out there that drink. Is it gonna stop? Let's just wait a few minutes. Alright, I'll start the video when it stops. Alright, now, where was I? So yeah, I think I was talking about, there's people that drink, there's people that, smoke, do drugs, things like that. And we all know what most likely could happen by smoking cigarettes. We might get cancer, you might get whatever type of problem in the future, but the fucked up thing is, there's people that try to take care of themselves. They try to exercise, eat healthy, do, the right thing, to try to keep the body from getting those type of issues. And yet it still happens to those people. That I find unfair. I mean, I find it unfair just in general, how we got to suffer from something. But sometimes we're to blame because we don't take care of ourselves. So we do these certain things, smoking, crap, shit like that, drinking, where it may fuck up your liver, But there's people that do zero of that and yet still develop some kind of health problems, whatever health problems there might be, mental, terminal, This is where I say life's just unfair. Now, another way how I look at it, I could probably just give you a whole million, trillion, gazillion reasons why life is unfair, How literally there's somebody doing better than one another, I want everyone out there to do good. But that's the thing, not everyone out there is doing good, and that's what makes life so unfair. Not everyone's in the same bracket. There's richer people, there's, somebody's richer than one another. Instead of life being equal, instead of us being treated equally with respect, we're only treated with respect on one occasion because he or she's rich, you know. It's like law, you know, like royalty. I don't know, but you know, it's just so unfair the way life is, how people do better than one another, then they brag about it, they shame one another, like, you can't ever get on my level, you know, just stupid shit like that, you know, being dickheads about it, you know. And, you know, how there's people doing good and then there's people not doing good. It's just, life's not fair. Just that it may be fair for that person, what's good for you, but it's not the same with everyone. You know, it's just, that's why I look at life to be the most unfairest. I know it's, you know, I just made that up, that word, but the unfairest, you know. But I mean, it is. There's so many people right now that are suffering from something, whatever it might be. Whether something traumatic happened to them, you know, or whether they're just with a really bad illness that just keeps getting worse, or it's just not getting any better, you know. Life is just full of suffering and pain. And that's just the real truth. A lot of people, you know, a lot of these idiots that say, stop thinking like that, there's good things to life. And maybe there are some good things to life, but there's more bad things to life than anything. I could right off the bat literally just keep telling you the bad more than I can tell you the good. I would love to tell you the good. I wish everything was good, but it's just not. That's just the cold truth. It's just not. Now, with me saying all this, I'm not just saying give up in life, don't live life, you know. Try to, you know, I'm not trying to say give up. I'm not trying to say to be a quitter in any way. You know, a lot of people may think that's what I'm trying to, you know, encourage people to do. Just quit, just give up. No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm just describing, you know, what fucked up shit goes on. And it's just, I don't know why people don't want to hear it, or people just don't want to accept it, or they just don't, I don't know. They're in denial. I don't know. But regardless of the point, it's just, I'm going to keep speaking these type of things because it's just, somebody out there has got to speak this in the world, and I feel like that somebody's me. And of course, there's other people that do it too. And good for you. I salute you. You know, the truth should be told. I salute people that tell the truth. I salute people that just say things for how they really are. You know, you ever hear the saying, the truth will set you free? I wish it would set me free. But yeah, it's just, I can't lie, man. You know, I just got to be truthful with everyone. Whether people want to agree, that's totally up to you. If you agree, that's fantastic. If you disagree, well, so be it. You know, if you don't agree, then just stop watching these type of videos. That's all I can say. I'm not going to stop making these type of videos because, oh, it doesn't reason with you. So since it's not reasoning with you, I should stop. No, because there's a lot of people that it is reasoning to. And I'm not going to ruin it for them for your stupid ass. You know, I'm just saying hypothetically. If you don't like what I'm saying, then it's simple as that. Hop off the video. Watch some stupid college video, some stupid blue pill shit. That's all I can say. But, yeah. How I look at it as, if you're somebody that wants to hear the truth, if you're somebody that wants to, you know, if you're somebody that sees the world as a fucked up place, and then there's finally someone out there like me, for example, that's literally describing what's exactly going through your head, then this is the right video to watch. If you're somebody that wants to be, you know, manipulated, don't want to hear the truth, don't want to see the truth, want to be like a horse just seeing straight, then this video isn't for you. That's, you know, just to narrow it down to that perspective. If you're that type of person that just has that horse vision, then this video is definitely not for you. None of these videos I make are for you then. These videos are only for awoken, common sense people. Not even geniuses. It's just something that's just common sense. I say to myself a million times, I ain't no genius. I ain't no smarty pants. It's just common fucking sense. It's something that everyone should just see that we don't. And it just, to this day, it baffles me that there's so many people out there that just don't, whether they don't want to acknowledge it or they just don't have no common sense to even see it. But yet they have no hesitation whatsoever to put us people down. We're crazy, we're this, label us as weirdos, freaks, whatever the fuck comes to mind, when we're just being truthful. And that's just how I'm going to be. I ain't changing for nobody. I don't, you know, you people too, man. You feel a certain way, don't try to hide it or change because that person may think, you know, you are who you are, man. That's it. People accept it, that's fucking fantastic. If people don't accept it, the hell with them. You know, that's how I look at it. And I think that's just the cold truth. there's people that say life is fair in a lot of ways, and I'm trying to think of right now what's fair about life, you know? Because if life was fair, everyone should have happy lives. Everyone should be equal. There should be no such thing as rich and poor. We should all be happy, you know? Now, no matter what, things we could fix rich and poor. If we really maybe, you know, work together. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's possible to the point where it's going to happen, but it could probably be possible if we all united in that way. But what isn't possible is all being healthy. That's just something that's impossible because it just happens. It could be in our genes or it's just how we're born. That's just something we can't change. You know, someone might develop this illness. Sometimes it's treatable, but sometimes there's other people where sadly it's not treatable. It's just something you can't prevent. There's certain things I look at in life that could be fixed, but we just have no desire or intelligence to fix. And then on the other hand, there's things that can't be fixed. And like, for example, terminal illness, most of the time, mental illness, a lot of times, I mean, sometimes it could, all depending on the situation, you know. But it's just, there's a lot of things I look at in life that don't even have to be the way it is. And I say to myself, I can't believe this is how it is. And we just, instead of striving a better future, it just gets worse. Like, it just gets worse. Things are just getting more expensive. Life's just getting more challenging, more unbearable, more depressing. And I say this a million times, life really wasn't ever a good place, but it was a lot better than it is today. I mean, a lot of things today just suck. A lot of music today sucks. Not saying, I mean, there are some music that I do like today, but the majority of it just sucks compared to old school music, you know. I mean, this I would say is more of my opinion, you know. I'm not saying I don't like any music today, but a lot of music today I just find stupid, man. At least that's just my opinion. I'm not going to go specific with song in general, but, you know, just a lot of, even cartoons today just seem fucking dumber than ever. At least back then, like in the old days, cartoons were more fun to watch, more enjoyable, made more sense, sort of. Well, I mean, cartoons really don't make sense, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you look at these cartoons today and it's like you're on acid, man. You're like, it's like you're on a trip, on some kind of acid trip, you see these things. I mean, we all know the good old classic Looney Tunes, you know, Tom and Jerry, shit like that. Like, those were the good cartoons. I mean, that was way even before my time, but I actually like some of those cartoons, you know, once in a while. But it's like SpongeBob, in my opinion. Like I felt like when it first aired, it was pretty good. Then, like, now as I speak, I just feel it's really, like, ridiculous, you know. I mean, there's some episodes I like, but some of them just make no sense. It's like, I don't know, man. It just feels weird. It's like, fuck, it makes no sense. It's just stupid. Because, you know, the what do you call it? You know, the voice actors probably changed. There's probably different people. There's different writers. You know, the original writers probably had it as a gold mine, and then now, you know, it changed over time. Now there's new people. Plus, some of those people probably die or they get old, they retire, who knows? And it just becomes different, you know. It's like for example, the characters change. How they used to be, it's like a whole different character now. It's like Family Guy too. In the beginning, it was funny. I mean, there's some still episodes today that's funny, but I just feel like it's stupid. Everything's just different today. It's like life's just becoming more stupid, like just ridiculous, you know. Like Family Guy, Peter Griffin was more like he was always an asshole, but he was more innocent. You know, if that makes any sense. He was like more innocent. He was clueless of his stupid actions. Now he's just like, I don't know what's the right way of saying it. He's just a complete asshole. Like I don't know. It's weird, man. Like Quagmire too. He changed over to, like, this one I'm just saying in general, like things, everything in today's life just, it doesn't feel the same. That's why a lot of people say I miss the old days. Man, those were the nostalgia, you know, those days bring back so many memories. You know, it's just like back then felt better. It felt better than today. Plus, because when we're kids, we don't know too much about life. But even though, it just felt like back then was a tad bit better. Now, I'm not saying life was ever good, but it was a little bit more copable back then. Now, it just feels like it's getting worse and worse. Feels like everything's just getting more and more unbearable to tolerate. You're buying food for more price. You're buying food that, you know, you're paying more for food for less in the bag. Food portion shit or whatever the hell. A bag of chips that used to have this amount now has that amount. But it costs this amount. This is the fucking joke of society we live in today, man. It's ridiculous. And then I say to myself, I can't believe I gotta live decades and decades in this shit. You know, if I was an 80-year-old man, I'd be like, thank God I'm this age, man. I mean, it sucks because I may be brittle, I may be hunched. But the only bright side to that is knowing that I'll be out of this soon, hopefully. Hopefully just one more decade max. 2 decades maybe max. You know? But I'm only 26, and God knows how many more decades I have to go. Maybe I'll get lucky and just, you know, but you just don't know. No one knows, man. It's just so unpredictable. And I say to myself every day I wake up, I gotta be like, ugh, another day in this fucking circus, you know? Like, literally, that's literally on my motto every day I wake up. Another day in this damn circus, man. What stupid shit am I gonna face today? What stupid shit am I gonna hear on the news today? What negative crap am I gonna hear on the news, you know? I don't really watch the news. I'll just put it on for a second and then, you know, well, sometimes I watch The Price is Right. And then right when The Price is Right's over, the news comes on and you're ready to hear, there's a stabbing here in the subway, blah, 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 stabbing on this street here, on this road. I mean, gunshot this, stabbing this. I mean, it's all you hear. Now, I'm not saying this is anything new, but it's just it happens more and more and more. This is where I'm more putting it as life was always really bad, but now it's just a whole nother level. And then people, this is why I say wanting to have a kid into especially today's life, you got to be out of your fucking mind, man. What the hell are you thinking? Before, you know, if anyone here that's watching this video is thinking about having a kid, now I'm not forcing you to not, you know, I'm not forcing you like you better not do it, but you should really think twice. Like, is this really where you want to bring your future kid into? And then the stress it is to take care of the kid, all the worries of how's he going to do in school? Is he going to get beat up in school, you know, bullied? Is some maniac going to break in and friggin', you know, is he going to get kidnapped? Is he going to get killed? Whatever, raped, you know? I mean, that's just in general. But in today's life, it's on a whole nother level. This is what you want to do? Like, I can understand if life was peaceful, if life was actually good. Like, actually fucking good. But it's not. I don't want no damn kids, man. I don't hate kids. I don't dislike kids. But I just don't want them. It's a huge responsibility that I just don't want to get myself into. In so many ways. And plus, I don't want them to go through this hell either. You know? I can't aim a gun in anyone's face and say, you better not do it. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, really, think twice. Think carefully, man, before you make that stupid decision. And yes, I'm straightly honest. That is a stupid decision, especially in today's life. I can understand maybe people having kids back then. I mean, I find it stupid in general, but at least back then, life was a little bit more copable. Now, it doesn't take it off the hook that life was so much better, but from how it is now, yeah, life was a little bit better. Like, I think I'd rather have been born back then because at least it was a little bit more simpler. It was more simple. Still garbage. But now it's piles and piles of fucking garbage. And I mean piles, I mean piles. Even the car alarm agreed. With all that being said, it's like people just are willing to take a risk in life. And then to some extent, I understand you got to take some risk because life is one whole big risk. Everything's a risk. But there's some risk that I say to myself, why do I even want to get myself into? Like, for example, having a kid's a huge risk. You don't know if your kid's going to be healthy. You don't know how your kid's going to be born. He or she may be born just fine, which I wish that for everyone that's, you know, giving birth. But that's not always the case. So that's like a huge risk. And that's a risk I don't want to get myself into. You know? A lot of times people just cause their own problems. That's how I look at it, as people just cause their own pain. And then that's why sometimes I don't feel bad for people, because they get themselves in it in the first place. Because people don't think correctly. People are just morons, you know? However, there's some things that happen to people without, any control or any risk that they were willing to take. It just happened regardless. That I feel bad for people. I always say a million times, look at that poor mother struggling with the kid. Well, the mother wanted to have a kid. The mother wanted to become a mother, right? So now the mother's got to do whatever it takes to be a good mother. It's like you want to feel bad, but at the same time, I say to myself, she got herself into it, so I feel for the kid, because the kid didn't ask for any of it. It just happened. That's who I really feel for. There's just a lot of risk in life that people just don't think, and they just do it. And then when do they think about it? When it's too late, because they didn't think about it to begin with. There's a lot of things we could have prevented happening that we just don't. It's just, I don't know, man. People just get dumber and dumber. That's how I look at it. Everything in today's life just changed. People, I notice, are getting dumber and dumber. Music's getting dumber and dumber. Everything, this whole concept, this whole meaning to life is just getting dumber and dumber. It just makes no fucking sense. It really never made any sense to me to begin with, but I mean, how expensive everything's getting. For no fucking, everything just keeps getting worse and worse. Instead of things getting easier, that should be the future. Things should be getting easier. We have technology. That's one embracement. We have technology. We have all these things that could help us. You would think life's getting better in any way, form, it would make it more simpler. No. Instead, life seemed to be more simpler when none of this stuff exists. Because now all this stuff exists and it's all making profits. It's all about money, 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 money. All about trying to save money, but by making things cost more money. It's like with the artificial intelligence things. We're paying this worker however much, but if we can invent, if we have this thing that can do this 10 times better than what this person's doing, why do we have to pay this sack of meat when we could just program this bolts and, metal to do the same thing, actually even better? And this is where it all goes downhill. Now, I wanted robots to free us, but that's the thing. It's not striving that way. It's not striving in that direction. Instead, we're just going to be put out of work, which, yes, that's one good thing, but then at the same time, it's not, because then we got to look for another stupid job, and then we're not getting paid, and then, yada, yada, yada. Instead of being some kind of universal basic income or something, or maybe the robot making us money or something, but it's just, you think with all these things, they would make life easier. Instead, it's not. It's all just being used the wrong way. It's all being used the greed way. It's evil. This is the real hell. I don't know if there's such thing as heaven, but I could definitely tell you there is a such thing as hell. And every one of us are on it right now. I don't know if there's a heaven. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't know if God is real or not real. But I could definitely tell you this, that what I do know, there is such thing as a hell, and man, we're on it right now. And global warming, if global warming's even a thing, just proves it is, because it's getting warmer out, it's getting hotter, the summers are getting hotter, hell's hot, right? There you go. But all kidding aside, man, this is just one big freak show of a world. I say to myself every day, what the hell am I doing here? Why, what the hell is this? Why do I gotta participate in this bullshit? That's the most biggest unfair thing of all of life. Not even choosing to be here, it just all happened. And however it happened, whether you were here born financially rich, comfortable, or downright, broke, we didn't choose. It just happened. At least if we're born rich, it can make life maybe a little better. It could definitely take some of the ease off, possibly. But that's the thing. We didn't choose. It just happens. That's what makes life the most unfairest of all. None of us chose to be here. It just happened. And now these are the fucking stupid shit we got to face until we cross over to the non-existent states once again. State. That's what I really find unfair about life, man. Once you're here, you're fucking here. You can off yourself, but it's not that easy, and it just doesn't sound that fun. Well, you know what I mean. It's just, I'm scared to do anything like that because I'm just afraid, you know, like I'm afraid to jump from a train. I'm afraid to jump from a building, you know. I'm afraid of that impact feeling, even though it might just be a quick, still, it's just scary, you know, at least to me. But, you know, it's like once we're here, I just feel like we're fucked. We're like, we got to just literally ride it out. And not everyone wants to ride it, you know. It's like literally riding a bull and you're trying to stay on, you know, without falling off. That's how I look at life. You're literally just trying to keep it together. You know, you're trying so hard to just hold on, but some people just can't hold on anymore. They just can't take it. It's just so unbearable. You know, that person holds on good, but this person's not. Not everyone's the same. Not everyone's the same. And that's what people slack to understand. It's just, the list just keeps going, man. But I think I am going to wrap it up for now, guys. Battery's starting to get low on this thing. But, yeah, hope this video was helpful. You know, I hope a lot of people relate to these, feel comfortable watching. And, yeah, that's all I got to say for now, guys. I love you all, man. Hope everyone is hanging on to the bowl as best as possible. I'm trying to do that as well. I fell off a few times. I got back on, but anyway, guys, before I do end this video, though, I'm going to actually play a little sample of an ASMR. Tell me what you guys think of it. It's a little joke, but all right, man. Take it easy. Peace out. ASMR tunes, or sounds, you should say. Yeah, we live in a shithole, man. Peace out.